Now, the last piece I want to talk about is VCNS or NSX integration. Now, VCNS is vCloud Networking Security, and it's kind of the precursor to NSX. It provided a lot of the firewalling and routing and NAT features before NSX came along, whereas NSX is truly a software-defined networking platform that provides a lot of the network automation and layer 2 through 7 services, so it really gets in depth. But let's talk about what's supported from both. So from a version perspective, vCloud Automation Center supports VCNS or vCloud Networking Security 5.5 and NSX 6.0.1. So those are the versions you'll need to run. What can you do with it? Again, you can provision networks, provision ports, provision DV switches, standard switches, VLANs, right? You can think of anything you would really do as say you log into a physical router or a switch, right? Anything you really can do that's supported by NSX or VCNS can be orchestrated through vCloud Automation Center through this type of integration. You also get a catalog of services you can provide. Things, layer 3 to layer 7, so maybe things like firewalls or load balancers or VPN or, redundant gateways, high availability services. Especially on the NSX side, you're getting a lot of these, different layered services within the kernel. Because NSX is running within the kernel of the hypervisor, you're getting these services and you can provision to them, and you get a really granular control. So you can actually do enforcement or create network policies that are assigned to an application or to a virtual machine. So maybe my VM is a SQL Server VM, and because of that, it has certain firewall rules to allow SQL traffic and to deny this, and it has a certain VLAN assignment and a port tag and a trunk port. You get the idea. There's a lot of different attributes you can have on the network side, and you can make these into a profile and apply them to virtual machines or even to virtual NICs. You can get that granular. That in combination with the structure of a blueprint and being able to deploy items that way really gives you, complete control from end to end, not just the VM and installing the OS and the storage, but the networking side too. So it's really powerful. And another great use case is when you're looking at things like public cloud providers, one of the biggest questions you get out there is, well, what changes do I have to make to my workload as I stretch or as I migrate workloads to and from private into public? Networking is a huge one, right? I mean, I'd have to re-IP all my VMs. I'd have to change DNS settings. I'd have to update public records, look at, routing tables and BGP, because how does the internet know that my once publicly facing servers that were sitting on my private network are now sitting in a cloud provider somewhere? Well, the idea of stretched layer 2 and layer 3 networks like NSX provides allows you to keep the same IP space, the same configuration, same DNS, same routing tables as you stretch across maybe a private and a public cloud provider. So having that shared space means workloads can then seamlessly migrate between the two. And that's huge. So just another benefit we can provide by adding in this software defined or this, extra networking layer that has visibility and control into the actual virtual machines that are under it rather than the physical side. So again, there's a lot of possibilities here. We're just scratching the surface, and I wish I could go much deeper in this for you, but unfortunately, we don't have the time. But just take a look at this and think about all the different things it can provide you, and definitely check out the products more because there's a ton of cool use cases that you can really get from this.